These women tried to challenge police authority during the eviction. Despite the officers' attempts to maintain order, their behavior added an extra layer of complexity to an already difficult situation. At number 1, we have...
Listen, Officer
Quinn.
I've tried 3 times to get you guys to come down here with me because that's what you told me you would do. You said we're not going to watch you pack, but once you get packed, we will come and help you get your stuff out. That was 3 months ago, and nobody will come with me.
On May 3, 2022, in Berea, Ohio, authorities were dispatched to carry out an eviction order for a female resident. However, as the officers arrived, the woman attempted to leave the premises but was unsuccessful in doing so. The situation escalated as the woman, facing the prospect of being removed from her home, exhibited signs of distress and resistance. Despite prior assurances from authorities that they would assist her in the process, she expressed frustration at the lack of support she received. The officer Quinn attempted to manage the situation and calm the woman down, but her emotional state seemed to prevent a peaceful resolution.
Get out of my way, bitch.
Hold on a second.
You're not going anywhere. Fucking touch me.
All right.
Don't do it! I swear to God!
What?
Don't do it!
The situation escalated when the woman attempted to leave the scene, leading to a confrontation with the officers. Despite her attempts to evade, the officers determined they had no choice but to take action. As the woman became increasingly agitated and confrontational, the policemen made the difficult decision to place her under arrest for her own safety and that of those around her. Later, the cops handcuffed her, the woman continued to resist, but the officers remained professional and focused on de-escalating the situation.
Get my purse! It's in the car. What are you guys doing? Fuck me.
All right, let me double lock these real quick.
Oh my God, my face.
Okay, hold on. Let's readjust these so you're not hurt, okay?
After a tense confrontation and continued resistance from the woman, the officers had no choice but to proceed with the arrest. The incident highlights the delicate nature of eviction proceedings and the critical importance of law enforcement personnel employing effective communication and de-escalation tactics, even in the face of resistance and hostility. Let's shift our focus to the next case.
Sheriff's Office, here to serve eviction for everybody inside this residence. Okay, we're serving eviction. Open up the door, ma'am.
In April 2022, police officers came to the house to evict its residents. As they approached the door, Officer Johnson knocked firmly, announcing their presence and asked the residents inside to come out of the house. Later, the woman came out. She looked frustrated, but the officers remained calm and professional.
I'm not getting an eviction from nobody. I've been here for 20 years. I'm not evicting. You go through a process. I haven't been through no process. Can't nobody just come up here. My name is Miss Green.
Okay, Miss Green, Deputy Second. We post a notice on your door.
That's not, it said unknown. I'm a known person. I don't know what that means.
Miss Green, is anybody else in there with you?
My grandson is in here with me.
Okay, how's your grandson?
He's 19.
19. Why didn't you go to the courthouse when your notice was posted on your door?
I'm not an unknown person. I'm Zoanne Green. I've been here for 20 years. They don't have no contracts with me to be doing nothing with anyone. So I don't know why they're here talking about they can evict me and all this stuff. So you go past foreclosure to evict, to get no. Listen, this is a scam and the bank is a scam. And so they don't have no jurisdiction over me. I'm indigenous to this land. This is my property. I've been here. That's why they can't touch me.
The officers calmly informed the occupants of the residence that they were there to carry out a court-ordered eviction. However, one of the women inside did not respond cooperatively to the cops' instructions. Despite the officers' professional demeanor and clear explanation of their duties, the woman refused to comply. She continued to misbehave and resist the officers' lawful orders. Tensions escalated as the woman grew increasingly confrontational and hostile towards law enforcement personnel. The woman they were trying to evict went on to say that someone else had shown up at the house claiming it to be their property and she could have killed him. Not a wise thing to say. Despite this, the officers maintained their composure, attempting to de-escalate the situation through continued communication.
So you think you can come here and evict somebody off of a property and you don't even have their name?
Okay. It doesn't require me to have a name. You want to read this portion?
Are you fucking serious to me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna let you read this.
I don't need to read none of that. I don't want to read it. It don't have nothing to do with me.
It has to do with this property. It says
This is my property under my name. You don't even have a name on there.
The screen.
So I'm not leaving my property.
She kept misbehaving with the police officer and even resorted to verbal abuse. Despite the cops' attempts to remain patient and calm, her behavior escalated. She was later informed that she would either have to choose to leave the house or the cops would be forced to take her to jail. In that moment, some sense prevailed and she chose the former option A. The woman's decision to leave the house was a turning point in the situation. She started to calm down and the tension started to fade away. The cops, who had stayed calm and professional the whole time, felt relieved as they watched her walk away. Now moving on to the next eviction that consists of a web of lies.
The court order was filed September 23rd of 21, okay? So you had until October 23rd of 2021 to file a motion.
On January 14th, 2022 at 8:15 a.m., the Clark County Sheriff's Office, or CCSO, executed an eviction order at the residence of a woman who was later identified as Candace Clark, a suspected serial scammer. The police officer continued to talk to her about the court orders and asked her to leave the house as soon as possible, but she didn't listen to them. She continued to argue and make excuses, claiming that the officer had no right to remove her from her home. The officer remained professional and patient, continued to explain the legal basis for the eviction and the consequences of her refusal to comply.
I'm going to call a supervisor.
I called yesterday and talked to someone, and they had my sister go down and file that motion.
You talked to someone about what?
Her being locked up.
I mean, nobody in the sheriff's office.
Yeah, she was in the car.
Well,
And we
okay,
just
you know,
got-
I'm just going to, if you mind if I see it?
Yeah.
And then I'll grab it and just wait, because we're social distance, okay, man?
The officer wanted to keep things safe, so he suggested they maintain social distancing. But even though he tried to be understanding, Candace kept lying, making the situation more complicated. As the standoff persisted, tensions rose. The officer remained determined to uphold the law, but Candace's refusal to cooperate only added to the complexity of the situation. Faced with Candace's stubbornness, the cop knew he had to proceed carefully. He remained vigilant, aware that any misstep could escalate the situation further.
So what date did you say that you would be in the new place?
We were supposed to go in. We were supposed to go in there last week, but after Thursday, we talked to Dawn or Dana in social services and told her and informed her. So they informed us of what to do, and so we couldn't go into our new place till Monday because she needed the extra time.
As the tension continued, the police officer wanted to know when Candace planned to move to her new place. She mentioned going to the new place last week, but then said they couldn't move in until Monday because of some issues with social services. But Candace's answers were confusing and didn't make sense. She kept making excuses, trying to hold up the officers and delay the eviction. The officer tried to stay patient, but Candace's evasive responses were starting to get on his nerves. The situation was getting more complicated. The officer tried to understand, but Candace wouldn't tell the truth. Finally, the cop realized he had to take Candace out of the house. Despite her protests, he had to do his job and make sure everything was safe and in order. Cops couldn't let Candace's excuses and confusion delay the eviction any longer. In the end, Candace had to leave and the eviction was carried out. It was a difficult situation for everyone involved, but the officer had to ensure that the law was followed. In a tense showdown with the authorities, staying calm during an eviction is crucial, and you shouldn't go bananas like these women when they face eviction. These procedures can go from being bad to worse quite fast, especially as people, often feeling entitled, start to lose their temper. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest content.